What's going on, everybody? So I decided, planting season's over. Planning, not planting. Planting season just beginning for me. It's February 4th, I believe. We're about 4 days late on our planting, but I'm going to show everybody how I do it and that sort of thing. But I did want to go over some of the ways I plan in order to buy seeds and things like that. There's a lot of good apps out there, but when you get that homestead mentality, you start using things that work, that are cheaper, so you don't have to pay for certain things. There's a lot of free apps out there too, check them out, but I prefer Excel spreadsheets. If you can't afford Excel spreadsheets, you can get a Google account, use Google Drive to do, what do they call that, Google spreadsheets or whatever. It's just like Excel, transfers to Excel, and then it's mobile because you can get it from your phone as well. So you guys check it out. A little bit of a boring video, but definitely educational, something I use. Hopefully it helps you guys out.
Okay, so here we are in Google Docs. I've labeled this document Farm Plan of 2020. So here you can see all the various plants that we'll be planting, and I try and be very specific in this section of where I'm going to buy them and which one they're going to be. So for instance, this one right here is a type of carrot. It's a Mokum, and I get that from Johnny's Selected Seeds. So you'll notice here most of my stuff is coming from Johnny's. That's because I don't really need planting for sprouts and things like that, which I get from Mom's sprouting seeds. So let's move over to the dates over here. So here we have some experimental stuff going on. That's why I have question marks. So this year we're gonna experiment with these two types of plants, the patty pan and strawberries, and see how long I can go before I have to harvest them or turn them or anything like that. So I have all these different like DS, T, FS, and H. So I've created a little thing down here as kind of a key. So FS is flat seed. So I'm going to start those in a flat indoors. So obviously I think it's February 3rd right now. I'm a little late because I should have flat seeded my strawberries on the 1st. That's what that 1 means. And then I should have flat seeded my Salanova on the 1st. But I couldn't do that quite yet. I've had some problems getting my strawberries here because of how cold it is in Colorado. But that's all right. So then in March, this T stands for transplant. And then in April, I'd do a harvest. There's also RS, if I can find one of those. I can't remember where the RS is. So an RS would be like reseed. A DS is direct seed. So direct seed is straight to the soil instead of in a flat. So you can see these different dates. On the 1st, H, harvest on the 26th. Harvest May 17th. This HG stands for harvest greens. So that's obviously I'm not harvesting the whole beetroot itself. I'm harvesting just the greens on the 5th there. So this is kind of my whole plan from February to October, and this helps me plan out how many seeds I need as well. So here, this is more of a budgeting thing. I don't really want to get into that too much, especially since it's not completed. But this is kind of an estimate on output in pounds, how many harvests I can get from each plant, what I can gross at the farmer's market type of thing, and then how much seed I'll need, how much compost and implements I'll put into each row. And then you could do calculators down here of how much it's going to cost you. So then I come down here, and right here I have rows for, I believe these rows are for the row A5 would be stands for the person who owns that's home base basically. Row A5 is the 5th row at home base. Row B7, the B stands for the person's name of the property that I'm actually harvesting on. So you can see here, we'll go into row 1. In February and March, all of this stuff's empty. All my rows are empty except for RB2. So that row, we'd come up and it says 11, and that's going to be 11 all the way till October. So come up to 11, that's going to be our strawberries, and that'll be our experimental row for the rest of that season. And it goes like this throughout the whole entire thing. So, I mean, we can go through and we could go up. What are we going to do in April? So in April, we'll be doing 5 in row A1. 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carrots, sugar snacks to be to be specific. So we'll start 5 there, and we'll be direct seeding, and then we will be harvesting estimated June 1st. So that's kind of how I plan my stuff out, and it's really nice because I can take how many rows I have, how many, calculate my spacing. I can do this in my head. For instance, these rows here are a 30-foot row, so they're 30 feet, and I do 2-foot beds by 7. And typically, if I want them spaced, I'll do 3 plants about every foot, depending on what type of plant it is. Obviously, with carrots and certain greens, I don't care what they are, but things like Salanova, root veggies, like well, I guess roots don't really matter, but there's certain things. So when I go buy strawberries, I could say I'm going to plant 3 about every foot. So 3 times 30 feet for that one row. I need 90 seed starts for that, or 90 seeds in order to start for that. And that's kind of a way, that's how I order my seed.
Thank you guys for watching that video. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You want to see something in particular, hit me up. Let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, same old YouTube mumbo jumbo. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.